Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big day. Obviously, we're left with a lot of questions here, right? Questions pertaining to the stimulus check, as you see right here on the screen. We got money headed our way, $1,400. So I think a lot of people are questioning how in the world do you spend that stimulus check? Obviously, this is a channel focused on the stock market, no doubt, but I like to dabble into personal finance at times, somewhat of a financial guru, if you might, if you might say. But love to dabble into finances. I'm going to tell you some ideas for how you should spend this check, what the best opportunities are, as well as some not so good opportunities that people likely will fall into. So. Um, Let's go right into it and see what we got. I took some advice from last time. Obviously, my handwriting's horrible, right? So we went ahead and did some text here, separated into good, bad, okay, and good decisions you can do here. We'll start with the bad as we want to. Obviously, this first one's a hyperbole here. Buying a new car, right? So this is mainly focus on buying products that you have no need for. If you have a sufficient car, you don't need to buy a new car. Similar with anything, like many people will take this time to purchase clothing items. I know people who spend a lot of money on shoes personally, so there's a good chance they purchase new items to their wardrobe. It's not needed. If you have sufficient clothing, you don't need to spend this money on items that you don't need. So the main point here for bad purchases, it's those items you don't need. If you have something that's in working condition, doing the job just fine, you don't necessarily need to do upgrade or add to it with a splurge purchase because of this. Now, this is what the stimulus is intended for. Let's be clear here. You need to obviously put that out there. The stimulus is meant to stimulate the economy, which means spending. So, obviously, people are going to be spending, no doubt. But second here, services you can't afford. We're talking something like a Grubhub, where they charge a premium just to get the food, where they're charging you a premium, whether it be an Instacart. Pretty well, you're being okay. This is gonna be controversial. Maybe you're being a little bit lazy. You don't want to go out and pick up something yourself, so you pay someone. You pay a service to do it for you. They're going to charge a lot more than if you were to just go up there and drive yourself. Now it's a convenience factor, but again, if you don't normally have the money to afford these things, it's a lot cheaper to do it yourself. So you shouldn't be spending on these services. We have expensive meals in here. You don't need to treat yourself to a steak dinner just because you got this. And frankly, I've had steak twice in my life out, you know what I mean? It's much cheaper to do it yourself, but you don't need to do an expensive meal at a nice fancy restaurant when you can just do your normal cheap purchases as you should. You cook at home, get fast food, even though it's not as good for you. But again, you don't need to go out and spend this thing right away. And I add a vacation on there because some people might leverage this 1,400 into a vacation. And I get there is a need for vacations, right? We need time off from work. We need time away from home even. And time to experience new things. So a vacation is nice. And we've gone through a year where we couldn't have had vacations to begin with. Everything was shut down. We couldn't have had vacations last year at all. So people are just yearning for vacations. So I think this is where a lot of people might spend their money. Might invest in a nice look at Airbnb, see if they can find a place, in a nice tropical place they want to spend time at. They couldn't last year. There's a chance, but you know what? That's the bad decisions here. I've got some okay decisions lined out for you. So this is things that you could definitely do that I think are not awful decisions with your money. So some okay decisions here: buying essentials. So this is talking about just your normal food purchases, anything like that you actually need. The essentials are things you need. If you're sleeping on a 10-year-old mattress that is caved in, it's crap, that's an essential to me. Sleeping, you spend 2/3 of your life, that's inaccurate, 1/3 of your life, roughly, on a mattress. So roughly 1/3 of your life you're spending on a mattress, and you have a caved in old one with stains and it's moldy and disgusting. you might want to upgrade that mattress. Only if it's necessary, though. If it's a perfectly fine mattress that's doing the job, you don't need it. But we're talking about, this is an old thing here. Essentials from something that you have to upgrade. Your vacuum doesn't work. You haven't been vacuuming your house at all. You might need to buy a vacuum. Dishwasher. If you don't have a dishwasher, you've been hand washing dishes. If you're fine with that, that's fine. But otherwise, it's essential. You might need to get a dishwasher, washing machine. Appliances can be essentials here. If they crapped out and they're not working for you, you might need to buy them as an essential. But that's something you need to keep in mind. So anything you have to upgrade because it's not working at all, that's an essential, and you should consider it an okay purchase there. It's something you need. Second okay option here is going to be just putting it into savings. It's a very basic option. You put into savings, typically a low yield on these savings accounts. You're not getting much back from it, but it is a safe place to store your money to where it's not going anywhere and you're not touching it. And you could use it at a later date if you need to. So this is a safe, okay option here. So that way you don't spend it at least. So not a bad idea. Put it into a savings account. And third, I put on here donations. You can make a charitable donation. Obviously, it's good for the soul, It's good for people, good for the soul, makes you feel good. Charitable donations, it's not a bad way to use your money here with this stimulus check. Never think it's too crazy with that. And finally, I have some good options for you. These are things that I think are good. What a shocker, the number one thing I have here is going to be investing. Now, we're not only just talking stock market. Obviously, it's a huge thing. Putting your money in the stock market, it's a better overall long-term idea than putting it into a savings account. Frankly, and you look just here at the S&P 500 all-time here, you just see the fact that the market will go up over time regardless. There may be spans of a year where it goes down, a year or two even. But in the long term, we're talking about 10 years down the road, you're going to have a lot more money to your name if you had put it just in an equity fund that's tracking the S&P 500 than if you were to have it in a savings account. Regardless of the 5-year span, it's just how it's going to go. So definitely you need to consider that. Investing in the market, way better than that. But there's also other things, other types of investing you can do. Obviously, there's investing in yourself. So I put education on here. It's another thing you can do in terms of investing in yourself. Getting yourself a good education or a college degree, or even paying for trade school or anything that will pay off in the long run. It's a good idea. You want to educate yourself. And it's a good investment you can make. Investments being upgrading equipment. So let's say for me, if I'm investing in a new microphone or software that might improve the quality of my videos, that is an investment, and it's typically going to be a good investment. It's what you should be doing. You want to invest in something that'll earn you money down the road. That's my opinion on the matter. And the other option I have on here is going to be paying off debt. Now, there's a lot of debt that people have. There's no doubt. The main reason people are going bankrupt in this country right now is medical debt. Medical debt is incredible. It's getting people to become insolvent because of the fact that it just piles up. As someone who's going through a little bit of an issue right now, as far as medical expenses are concerned, I know the feeling. It's not inexpensive. So definitely you can use the opportunity to just put that $1,400 straight away into end bills. This also includes credit card debt. A lot. Too many people have credit card debt. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I'll have to look, but the average American has thousands of dollars worth of credit card debt. The average American has thousands of dollars worth of credit card debt. That's right. That's incredible. I couldn't imagine it. I obviously pay my bills right away. I pay my credit card statement in full every single time. But a lot of people have debt. So you know what you should do with this $1,400? You put it right towards one of those credit card bills, and you at least whittle away at it. You're taking a little chip off of it. It's what you got to do. because you don't want to live in debt. Medical debt, student loans, credit cards. You don't want to be in debt with any of those things. You pretty much want to live a life in which you have equity. I mean, debt is terrible, and it only compounds. That's the issue, because I've mentioned here a lot with investing, how your investments compound year over year. Debt also compounds when you're talking about interest. So the interest you're paying on that debt because you haven't paid it off, it continues to compound, because you're only going to end up paying more and more when you talk about debt here. Because interest, let's be clear, it's just 100% loss of money. I mean, there's no other way to put it. If you're talking about a loan you've taken to buy a car, the interest you're paying on that is not the value of the car. It's completely extra. That interest is you're paying for securing that loan. So that's just extra money you're paying that's not even for the value of that vehicle. So again, interest, it's killer because it's just making you pay more than you need to for whatever you received. So paying off debt is essential. So that's what I have for you. This is why you should be paying. This is what you should be doing with your stimulus check. Let's just be clear. This is what you should be doing. If you disagree, you can let me know. But if you agree, give me some other ideas too in the comments of what you're doing with your stimulus check. Let's just be clear. I've already put mine into the market. I've already put all $1,400 into my brokerage accounts. So quite a good increase there in the valuation of those accounts. No doubt, I'm happy to see it, and obviously this is going to in turn boost my passive income that I receive. Pretty nice to see. So let me know what you're doing with yours. I'm gonna click on this thing and see what oh, okay. You like that guy? Look at this guy. He's gonna say goodbye. I hope you have a great day, and can I just there we go, he's gone. Bye bye.